Hello, this is Sally Fowler with Disabled Advantage Dog Training. These are my legs, but they belong to me. I am not doing this intentionally. This is what it looks like when my legs are having spasms. I'm holding on to Austin so that I don't fall over backwards. I've been having spasms today in my leg, so I wanted to show you guys how Austin helps at home whenever I'm having a worse day. So I'm bracing on him while I take my boots off. And then one hand is going to hold on to the harness while the other hand Good boy. Puts my boots away. Good boy. Okay, Austin, bathroom. So, bathroom. Good. Good boy. He's not really pulling me around the house, so he's not like way out in front of me pulling me. He's just staying close to me, and then anytime I kind of teeter, I can pull on this, and he recenters me and rebalances me. Turn. Good. Okay. Austin, side. Good. Side. Good. Okay, stand. So I have to try and make coffee because I'm also having the beginnings of a deep cold flare, which is what I call it when my body feels too cold. Like earlier I was under my warmest blanket and I had a heat pack and I still couldn't really feel the warmth and was still really cold. So I need to make myself coffee, and sometimes I do that with instant coffee, but instant coffee requires me, here you can watch Austin, he's cuter. Instant coffee requires me to walk around the kitchen carrying a thing of boiling hot water, whereas this is, while more labor intensive, marginally safer for me to do. So now I have the coffee pot in one hand, and then I have Austin, but I also have my phone, so I can't really hold on to Austin. But Austin, heel. Heel. Good. Forward. Good. Turn. Good. Stand. Okay. So what I'm doing, Austin is off leash. I'm using every command I possibly can to have Austin stay close to me as we move about the kitchen, so that if I start to fall, I can drop something, probably this phone, and grab him. Forward. Good. Stop. Good boy. Okay. I apologize for the phone shaking. That's because my hands are shaking now too. It's so much fun. Okay. Austin, chair. And I'm kind of bumping into him as we walk. It's not intentional. It's just part of my gait when I'm having spasms. Yes. Chair. Good chair. Good job. It's always the same chair, so that makes it pretty easy. But if we're out in public and I say chair, he'll find a bench for me to sit on. Turn. Austin has a command for every kitchen. Austin has a command for every type of maneuver I might need him to do, which means a lot of words. But that's necessary. Forward, 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 stop. For me, because my condition is so unpredictable, and at times I'm weak and I'm shaky, and at times, frankly, I get the words wrong. That's hard. Austin. Good boy. Down. Down. Good boy. He's a little confused because normally he would take me back to my chair. So I have a command for any direction, any maneuver I could possibly need Austin to do in relation to me to help me move around the house, to help me move around public, whatever it might be. And so some of the words you've already heard are heel. That's his left side. Move right beside me. Keep your shoulders parallel with my shoulders. Turn is a tight 180 space turn. And then he has port, which means to gradually turn left, and star, which means to gradually turn right. Those are the words that I use with cart work. Because for whatever reason, my brain cannot remember left and right differentially, but it can remember port and starboard for boat names. I read a lot of Redwall growing up, and so I blame that. And stop, back, he has side, which means to move sideways to the right, and pass, which means to move sideways to the left. He has two words that mean brace assistance. One is stand and one is help, but the defining characteristic is if I put my hands on your shoulders, it means I'm going to bear weight here and you're going to brace. Sometimes stand is used for grooming, and if he doesn't feel my hand on his shoulders, he knows he can move a little bit more, like turn his head or lift a foot up. And sometimes I call him to help as a recall, and then I get into the bracing position. So that's where it changes a little bit. But days like this are exceptionally difficult because it's very difficult to have to hold on to a dog for every single movement you do throughout your day. And it's not what an average day looks like for me. It's what a bad day looks like for me. An exceptionally bad day would be that I'm in bed and I only get out of bed 4 or 5 times a day to take Austin out and play with him, and then I get back in bed, or someone else is here taking care of me and Austin. But I try to be as self-sufficient as I possibly can. So you'll see Austin's wearing a red Y harness and a little strap on his back. My husband made that strap for me. It's about 1 foot long, and I usually hold it pretty close to Austin. I'm not usually holding the end of it unless we're doing counterbalance on a walk, and then he's usually a little bit more in front of me. It's important for Austin to have a word for anything I could possibly need him to do, because some people are able to physically move their dog being closer to them, or like swing their dog's hips around so that their dog's hips are in the right place, or just pull the dog closer to you in general, or I'm trying to think of another, bending over and putting gear on, stuff like that. Those are all things that sound easy enough, but that I have a surprisingly difficult time with day to day. So yesterday, it was really easy for me to put all his gear on, play fetch, walk around, exercise, do everything I needed to do. Today, I was good for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I started crashing halfway through making my lunch, and I suddenly had to go he's not normally wearing gear in the house. I had to go put this harness on and find the strap, and then hold on to him for the rest of the day for all of my activities. And I don't have, first of all, he's 85 pounds. But even with my first service dog, Robbie, being only 70 pounds, and even my friend's dog, Max, who is 55 pounds, when I exercise, I lift 1 pound weights or 2 pound weights. Anything that weighs 5 pounds, the dog is supposed to move for me so it doesn't trigger a pain flare. So moving anything more than 5 pounds triggers pain and exhaustion and tremors and spasms for me. Sometimes it makes my arm go dead where I can't use it at all. My brain just turns it off. So moving a dog out of the question. I can make myself do it in the first year of training, but what that looks like is I'm at a 10 or higher every single day. I go to bed crying most of the time. Really kind of hate my dog for the first year. That's totally normal. Gotta be honest about it, because I'm also going to tell you that in our sessions. There are days you're going to hate your dog. That's okay. I'm not going to judge you for it. They're causing you a lot of pain. It's fair. He needs to know every possible command that he can so that I don't ever have to physically move 85 pounds worth of my service dog someplace. Does it mean he has more to learn? Yes. It also means I let more stuff slide, weirdly. Like, some trainers are really persistent about the dog's feet never moving when they transition from sit to down, like the dog being really consistent on how they position their feet and move and stuff like that. I don't care. I care how the dog sits, like proper sit versus lazy sit. I care that the dog sits. I don't care if his feet move to his butt or his butt moves to his feet. I don't care. Not going to die on that hill, because he has to learn other stuff that's way more important and way harder. So there's little things like that I just know. Austin knows probably between 50 and 60 commands. Some of those are task commands, but the bulk of them are obedience and maneuverability commands. And so that's also why my obedience courses are so in depth. And I know the sticker shock can be kind of surprising, but that's why, is because I'm not just teaching you and your dog sit. I'm teaching you and your dog sit for every possible scenario, and a bunch of different other commands that are associated that are going to help you communicate with your dog on your bad days and on your good days and on your worst days and on those magical days that we get like twice a year where we're just amazing. We can accomplish so many things. It's great. But your CRPS is going to change from day to day, and so you need to have a dog who can adapt day to day with whatever's going on. My coffee is ready to be made. This guy thinks it's nap time. He has accepted that we are in the kitchen, and this is where we're going to be. He's so big, he doesn't even fit on the screen. I also had to teach Austin an extra command to wake up his brain because he moves a little slowly. So, Austin, wake up. Good boy. Don't leave, you jerk. I still need help. Yeah, thank you. Hi. So much personality in one body. Okay. Now, typically, I don't like to brace on the right side because my right arm is worse than my left arm. So, how am I going to fix that problem? Austin, around. Around. Good. Now, I could also have called him to heel, and it would have accomplished the same thing, but I already showed you heel, hadn't shown you around yet. I teach around for around objects and around you. Around the front of you, around the side of you, around the back of you. I definitely don't want your dog thinking they can go through your legs or over your lap unless that's what you want. So to brace, I'm just going to push down on his shoulders. And I brace kind of in this fashion. I can't really use the flat of my hand. I can't really hold on anything. Okay. Forward. Good. Port. Good boy. Forward. Now this is something that Austin struggles with more because it's hard for him to feel like it's okay to get really close to stuff, like the counters. Heel. Good. Stop. Little early, buddy. Forward. Stop. Good. This is also weird. Normally we wouldn't be in here for this long. He knows I'm having leg tremors, and he gets fairly agitated when I have leg tremors. He wants me to go sit in a chair and stop moving because he knows that I'm in distress. Okay, forward. Stop. Get my heat pack. Anyone cares? Chair. I use clay heat packs because they keep the heat longer. They also keep the cold longer, so you're not having to get up as often. And they don't get quite as stiff. Chair. Good chair. Now, unfortunately, buddy, we're not done. Kitchen. Oh, come on, woman. Be done already. A lot of trainers are also going to tell you not to talk to your dog so much. I would like for you to talk to your dog less, but I carry on full conversations with mine, so I get it. Turn. Good. Heel. Good. Thank you. Heel. Does Austin open the fridge for me? No. My husband did not like the idea of the dogs having that sort of power, and I can't say I disagree with him. Also, our fridge is really old, and our first dog had a strong possibility for being able to... You're a little far away, buddy. Forward. Good. I want him, when I need help on bad assistance days, I want him this close to me. So I have to go here, not across the room and fall down. Are you resting your head? Wow. I'm sorry you have such a hard life, buddy. It is so difficult to be Austin. Fridge, right. We have an old fridge, and I tried it once with my first dog, and he actually did come pretty close to almost taking the handle off. So with Austin, we just don't do it. Okay. Yeah, he's looking at me kind of weird because in order to pour it, it's a new thing of half cow, or half and half, sorry. And so I just had to kind of tilt it on its side and pour it in that way. And he'd never seen me do it before that way before, I don't think. And also maybe he was worried I was going to drop stuff. Turn. Good. Stop. Stop is a general emergency command, but it's also a command that I use for stuff like this. It means stop moving forward. I could have said stand, but do you ever have days where, like, one word sticks in your head better than other words? Yeah. Often. Forward. Okay, y'all are attached to Austin now, so chair. You're going to shake a bit. Often on days when I am not doing so great, my pain's worse. Stop. Thank you. I pick whatever word is the easiest to remember, and stop makes more sense. Turn. Sorry, Austin, we're not done yet. Makes more sense to my brain when it's tired. Forward. Then one of his other stationary commands. Stop. No, my dog left. Okay, so that was wrong. Austin, back. Good. Turn. Stand. Thank you. Okay. Technically, that was wrong. Sometimes he's allowed to leave once I get to my chair. So, I understand the logic. Okay, I'm at my chair. Austin, take. Good. Give. Thank you. Okay, so these Tivas help prevent my toes from curling in on themselves and freezing that way. And so they're kind of a medical tool in that sense. We haven't had great luck with finding braces for my feet that will help with this problem. So it's weird and uncomfortable for me to wear shoes in a chair, but necessary. Okay. Austin, take blanket. You had it right the first time, but this is something we're working on. This is hard. Austin, take blanket. Yes. Good. Good, good, good. Give. Thank you. Good job. Okay. Austin, release. Release. Okay. Okay. Austin, place. Around. Place. Good place. And that's it. I'm in my chair. I have my coffee. And I have my blanket and pillow that I'll reorganize. And that's how Austin helps me with very simple tasks of getting coffee and getting back to my chair, coming in from outside, all of that stuff. I'm exhausted now because trimmers take a lot of effort, more than normal, and they have graduated to being full body trimmers, so that's awesome. This is what I look like on a not so great day. I hope you guys are having a better day. If you have any questions for me about CRPS, service dog training, pet dog training, anything like that, please send me a message.